Hiya Hinsters, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome too. My name is Hinny, I am a spiritual astrologer, and it's been a wee while since my last video, and a little late for this one, but here we are. This is our video on Aries season. I hope you're keeping well. Do give this video a thumbs up if you like what I do, and subscribe if you are so inclined, and check out the description box below for info on getting a reading with me. Okay, we are actually right now slap bang in the middle of Aries season as I film this video, and the sun is at 15 degrees of Aries, and Aries is the first season of the astrological year, the very beginning of the astrological spring. And actually I divide the year into four, so the astrological spring is not just Aries season, but Aries, Taurus and Gemini seasons. So we'll be exploring spring energy, spiritually speaking, for about 3 months. Anyway, this is the real resolutions kind of season. This is the right time to start, I don't know, hitting the gym or put action plans into practice. This is the time to actually put effort, sometimes very bold effort, into something that we want to achieve. And I think there should be excitement, there should be daring, and there is a fast kind of feeling. And I think that we're in the right place if we are feeling busy or pushed, maybe even rushed, but in that kind of happy or glad, sort of happy as the busy bee type of way. Aries season is like laying out a blank piece of paper or preparing a clean canvas for painting, and we use this to kind of clearly scaffold or vision board, or to create a list of the day's targeted tasks, or the week's tasks, or the month's or the year's tasks, whatever, or the demons that we want to fight off this year, or the responsibilities that must now deserve our full attention. So it is this kind of thrilling season, and also it's a kind of bossing up season. And this here season is the season of the lamb and the ram. So there is delicacy, a kind of, there's always a baby kind of newborn type of energy with Aries season, but there's also that rammy kind of horny, again, pushy type of energy. This is the entrepreneur archetype. This is the bulldozer too. So yes, there can be for some people this kind of energy of bulldozing, or just completely scrapping everything, or getting rid of everything and starting really again. I think that's only for some people though. Or maybe this has been planned for quite some time, and Aries season is when you actually do the big kind of clear out. Anyway, it is also the ample time to kind of pay yourself first in Aries season. This is healthy selfishness. Excuse me. Aries is like the magician card in the tarot. There is innovation here, and quite potentially it is audacious, it is captivating and canny. And the magician demonstrates his magic by following gut instinct, and in doing what feels right in the most kind of naturally improvised ways, and often embracing or believing confidently in a sort of innocence. Now Aries is like the spring chicken that could have been, snatched, or could have fallen from the nest. Maybe some like predatory bird could have come down on it, but it manages to escape, or it manages to learn to fly away in the nick of time. That's Aries energy. And Aries is like those baby turtles that are, in immediate danger from the moment they hatch out of those eggs, and they're able anyway to reach the sea and swim to safety, evading all kinds of terror. And we are, of course, now in the season of Mars, and Mars is the ruler of Aries, and we need to look at where Mars is then right now, and he is in Pisces along with Saturn, Venus, and Neptune. He's actually been dancing with Venus in Pisces for some time now. Sorry, in Pisces for some time now. And Venus herself, as I film, she is 29 degrees roughly of Pisces, about to jump into or fall into her detriment, which is the sign of Aries. Again, Aries being the sign ruled by Mars. So they're going to have this reception as well. So the dance kind of continues. While in this Aries season, though, we cannot deny the amplification of Piscean energy. So it's not just about Aries, but it's very much about Pisces this year. And it's in our Pisces kind of house in the birth chart where a lot will be going on, especially if you are a Pisces rising or a Virgo rising or a Gemini rising, a Sagittarius rising, or maybe you are an Aries rising or a Scorpio rising, those last two risings being the ones ruled by Mars. So of course for you this is also a very significant season. A Martian season more generally is one that does carry the more malefic energies, so it can be fraught with overly selfish tendencies or brutish behaviors. It can be full of immaturity and tantrums. There can be destructive acts or cutting things off too soon or jumping to conclusions. I did mention earlier the bulldozer energy, but I think I also said it's only for some people, because anything bulldozy or destructive right now should only be something that has already been part of a longer or a bigger vision or path. If it's something that just seems like really random or wild or not really you, I would try to avoid that. That's not like spring energy. But anyway, there can be also jumping to conclusions. There can be kind of, we are the victim of our own naivety as well. That kind of thing can come into play. Anyway, on kind of the bigger, brighter side of things, then Aries is the exaltation of the sun, and this is the sign that the sun is going through right now in Aries season. So of course we have the sun in his Disneyland sign. He's overjoyed here in Aries, and yes, things can feel for many of us really amazing. Or in the house where we have Aries, things can be really picking up or getting that kind of what I call that divine yes from the sun, or getting more vitality or more energy. And it can be a big boost of confidence for a lot of people, or some people will fight their depression more, or they will have improvements in mental health issues, or they might take something on more head on. And some people will take a bit more of a risk when it comes to something that's worth having or someone that's worth having. And we do also have this overarching dragon year energy, which is this wood or blue dragon energy. And we're going also through an eclipse season right now. We recently had the Libra eclipse, and with these eclipses happening then in the cardinal signs of Aries and Libra, and in this I get that many of us will play stupid games and win stupid prizes, and for some it will be kind of epic or dramatic endings or outbursts or attacks or egoic tirades. So I would try to avoid things that, especially, yes, they are riling you up, but you kind of know better than to let that riling up blow you up, if that makes sense. Kind of the phase royally fecking it up also comes to mind here for some of us, and we need to, I think, as soon as we see red, we need to try to see blue as quickly as possible to kind of balance tempers out and not get too carried away by the more intense energies, and those energies, spirits, demons, whatever, that just want to rile you up for sport because it's fun or entertaining. Watch out for that kind of stuff. But anyway, the sun here does bless those who are sort of ready to throw off all the dead weight, or throw themselves into a brand new chapter or challenge, or to finally take something also that's rightfully theirs. And it's one of the better seasons, Aries season, for saying yes to challenges and for people who relish the challenge as well. So if you are in a kind of job or career or environment where people are coming to you with new opportunities, or proposals, try not to be stubborn, try not to shrug something off or ignore something. Um, and consider just saying yes to it, and taking on something that might push you a little bit. This is Aries, this is cardinal fire. It might push you a little bit out of a comfort zone, but I think it's also the right time to embrace, within reason, obviously listen to yourself and your heart. Don't do stupid things, but within reason, to embrace challenges a bit more. And this is stuff like choosing to take on the difficult child or the difficult student, or I don't know, the employee or the trainee that nobody wants to like look after. It's like choosing to push through in a relationship, or in a friendship circle, like pushing through together through thick and thin, instead of like bailing out or quitting or giving up on people. And this is also like pushing ourselves with renewed vitality with regard to something that we have in our Piscean house as well. So remember, we're paying attention, especially this Aries season, also to Pisces, and that whole kind of watching out for being triggered by people or forces, situations that will rile you up. That's already quite a classic Aries season thing, or fire season thing, but we are in a dragon year as well. So whenever we're in like a dragon year, snake year, tiger year, these years, we need to be even more like alert to that kind of thing. Anyway, the final thing I wanted to touch on before I finish today is the Mercury retrograde and how that is currently going on in Aries. And I do have a whole Mercury series on my channel here titled Hawaii Hermes. You can check that out for more depth and detail on Mercury and its transit through the signs. In this video, I wanted to just mention that the meerkat is also an archetype of Aries. And we have there then this mix of playful, cheeky, upstanding, also like community conscious energies in Aries season. And here comes Mercury as well, the trickster god, to possibly stir things up with a retrograde in Aries. I want to also add that creativity is going to be very big for many people. So trying to think more creatively or out of the box, embracing things like improv, that kind of thing. And yet Mercury anyway is the trickster god, and there's often a lot of hysteria surrounding the Mercury retrogrades generally. I would simply say to look to our Aries house and pay attention to what's going on there. Mercury retrogrades can simply be reversals. That is, things may have been like stagnant or bad for you, and then the retrograde comes around, and something in your Aries house gets better, especially if you have Aries in an angular house. So that's the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th houses. And you can feel here then, or experience Mercury quite a lot retrograding in Aries. Again, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's quite often just a reversal of things. But look at my series, my videos on Mercury for more on that. Mercury retrograding can also turn like chatty people to more reserved people or quiet people. And conversely, it can make the usually quiet ones kind of a bit random or spicy. or just like sticking out more somehow. And this sort of thing is more likely, again, if you are an Aries sun, or if you are an Aries rising, or a Virgo rising, or a Gemini rising, those last two risings, because Mercury rules those two signs. More broadly, though, Mercury retrograding in Aries can bring about this kind of adage of be careful what you say, watch your tongue, maybe clear your throat as well before you speak, and speak bravely. Say that with your chest, as Ariana said. And to also, though, very interestingly, know that this kind of Mercury retrograde in Aries is a lovely invitation to kind of step back and outside of the drama of it all. Often with Aries energy and also Mercurial energy, there's like an out of the box kind of thinking, and to kind of ignore the static and the buzz and to follow more what you feel is right, where you feel is the right way to pave for you, or what you feel is the truth, and to kind of trust those gut instincts. And I think whatever we choose to jump into in Aries season is fine, so long as it's like truly, madly, deeply something which feels right. And if so, then the rest is just noise. And obviously, it's a Mercury retrograde as well, so have like a plan B, or, at least be prepared for the unexpected, or be prepared to have some spontaneous experiences and be open more to things that might go wrong, or hiccups, or be open if things have been smooth for you up until now, be open to some more kind of finicky challenges, which just are more these mercurial ways of keeping us on our toes and seeing whether or not we take ourselves too seriously or take life too seriously. So it's again throwing a lot of creative energy, and Aries season also is perfect for embracing creative energy, or at the very least embracing some new things, some fresh things, even if they feel dicey. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll try to be back with another video sooner than later, maybe on Venus in Aries. Let me know in the comments how your year astrologically is starting out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.